Hey guys, sorry for another disruption on the video, but I guess this is a third part. So as I was saying with bishop d7, right? So obviously I thought, I want to develop to a good square. And bishop e6 was, I guess, a square. I thought, okay, what if his knight comes up, right? I still have, if I move king up, he might want to take, and get the knight out. And my knights, like in an open position, these bishops would do well. But right now my knights are doing well. But I wanted to keep it, so this bishop was still here. Right, so I decided to play bishop d7. Rook d1, I castled. Knight d4, brought my rook in. King b8, because here's the thing. He wants to come here, right? So I play king b8, and I move my bishop back. h3, I think, okay. All set on this side. I don't know what to do. I could scare off the knight with this, and maybe get the king out, right? I could get the king out with potential to bring this pawn up, right? So I could do that, but I chose to play h5. I wanted to get that one more step in. Knight c2, go for it. And to me, he didn't have to take this. I don't think he had to. But I guess maybe it was an alternative for him. He took, I attacked the pawn again. Knight b4. And here's the thing. If I take here, right, I was thinking, what if he just checks? Takes, checks, and creates this chaos by me getting the two knights for a rook and a pawn, right? It may not be worth it. May be worth it, I don't know. So what I wanted to do was avoid all complications. I was like, okay, I don't want to deal with it. So I played king a8, So after this, I just take. There's no more check here. So I decided, why not? So my opponent plays bishop c3. And I'm thinking, okay, do I want to take this? Or do I want to leap to a better square? And so what made my judgment was realizing that this pawn can be taken at any time, right? It's not something that has to be baited for food right now. It could be later, it could be any time later. So I decided, why not hop to the better square? So white plays rook e1 to protect the pawn. I attack the weak pawn again, right? e3, and I'm thinking, okay, I can take here, and it might be really good because I remove the defender of this pawn. My bishop can come to get aligned with this, but I thought, okay, my knight is really good, so I'm going to back it up. Rook d1. I don't want to trade now because now I have an attack going, and I'm thinking, okay, I gotta get my pieces all set up for victory. So I take, moves his knight in, and now I play f4. I want to open up this line for my other bishop. Takes, and now I take on g2 because I realize I can get my other bishop in. King g1, and clearly I can just win by taking the rook, but I decided, we've got to go for the king. So I play rook h4, aiming for check, bringing the other rook in. It's sort of like a lawnmower. Knight e2. So I play bishop g4, right? And now he makes the decisive mistake. He wants to protect his knight. So I play bishop f3, knight g3, rook eh8, and realize that this king has nowhere to go. Bam, check, takes, checkmate, right? And if you do nothing, I do the same thing. So he plays knight e6, saying, okay, I can attack these two pieces, but check, takes, and checkmate. And I felt like this was a really beautiful game on my part because, although I might have made some mistakes, I might have not made the best judgment on some things, I still was able to convert the point. So 95, just rearranging my piece as well, getting the rook in, understanding my opponent's threats, playing h5, h4, creating what's called a weakness, and then using the principle of these multiple weaknesses to really hit the heart of my opponent. So, and another one of those proud judgment moments was this moment. I realized that this pawn I can take any day. So I went for the better square, and at the key moment, I broke through. I opened up this diagonal to the other bishop, takes, get the bishop in. And another one of those proud moments was when I've got my rook here. I didn't take that because I knew the king would be more of a prize. So knight e2, bishop g4, bishop f3, and delivering checkmate was just really fun for me. So hopefully you did learn something from this video, and I apologize if this was cut into 3 segments, but yes, I hope you watch all 3 segments. So like, comment, and subscribe.